Beloved and respected, blessed families of the worldwide Unificationist community, I sincerely pray that the abundant blessings and love of our Heavenly Parent and true parents will accompany you and your families throughout the coming week. I am currently touring Heavenly Central and South America. Following the Continental Leaders Summit in Jardín, I traveled through Paraguay and I am now in São Paulo, Brazil for the weekend. This week, with the warm feeling of this tour of Heavenly Latin America in my heart, I would like to share a testimony from my recent tour of 3 nations of Heavenly Africa: the Democratic Republic of Congo, Benin, and Côte d'Ivoire, which concluded just before the celebration for True Parents' birthday. There's an old saying, the foolish look at their finger, the wise look at the moon. The finger only pointed in the right direction. The essence is in the moon itself. On this tour, I clearly beheld the moon that True Mother had asked us to see, the future and hope of Heavenly Africa. Soon after, True Mother offered it the Cheonwanggung entrance ceremony before heaven. 7 blessed second-generation members were appointed as national leader in Africa. In continent where the average age of national leaders had been more than 60, the emergence of leaders in their 20s and 30s were not merely a change of personnel, but the declaration of a new era. Beginning with the youngest, the 26-year-old national leader of DR Congo, and continuing with Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, Burkina Faso, Uganda, and Mali, where second-generation women were appointed as national leader. 7 nations have welcomed a new generation of leaders. What moved me most was seeing young members standing as firm pillars of faith in each church. Interestingly, these young leaders all have Korean names: Jinbok, Eunho, Jinsung, Seungil, Ruan, Wooseung, Jusang. True parents once said, give your children Korean names. At first, this may seem like a small thing, something that could easily be heard and forgotten. Yet, this offers a clear lesson. By not taking even the smallest things lightly, they raised their second generation well and brought hope and blessings to the continent of Heavenly Africa. I confirmed it that this one word from True Parent was planted in this land as a seed of life. And even amid fierce storm, it has grown into a tree with deep roots. Though this may still be the beginning, I'm convinced, as True Mother has said, that these three will soon become great pillars sustaining Heavenly Africa and play a leading role in saving the continent. They are the fruit of a providential foundation upon which senior second-generation members trained it through UPA, which True Mother established, returned it to their homeland of Africa, and created systems such as Hyojeonglang and the Cheonilguk Citizens Academy to independently nurture the younger members. In other words, this is the generation that has inherited the faith and passion True Mother personally cultivated. Witnessing how the members in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Benin, and Côte d'Ivoire are united and moving forward, centering on these young leaders, I became convinced that the future of Heavenly Africa is being well prepared for. The worship service and gatherings during our tour were filled with happiness and hope, beginning and concluding with songs and dance. The service allowed me to deeply experience the vitality and purity of this continent. Yet, behind that joy, there also remained the deep wounds that this land has carried for many generations. So, in Benin, the second nation on the tour, I visited Ouidah, once a center of the slave trade. Standing on that ground, where countless souls were torn from their homelands in tears, I could feel the sorrow of history penetrate deeply into my heart. Confronting this tragedy of people being sent off on slave ship, unable to ever return to their homeland, their human dignity brutally violated, I prayed together with our African leaders, with the Death Valley Holy Salt that True Mother bequeathed to us. We sacrificed the land, and after reading True Mother's benediction offered at Gorée Island in Senegal, we honestly prayed that the full liberation and blessing of Heavenly Africa, with the abundant grace of a Heavenly Parent and True Parent, would descend upon this continent. True Mother instructed me through the world tour, convey love to the members. Yet, through this tour, I found that I was the one who received even greater love. Many years ago, while I was studying at UTS in the United States, a fellow student from the Democratic Republic of Congo once jokingly said to me, "In my country, rough diamonds are so plentiful that you can kick them along the street. Let's go pick some together." When I set foot in that land this time, I did not see any jewels on the road, but I discovered something far more precious. Everywhere I went, I met blessed family members and pure water members whose eyes were clear and whose faces were pure. That was the true diamond of this continent. Heavenly Africa is a continent of hope, filled with heaven's diamonds, shining more brilliantly than any worldly gem. Beloved brothers and sisters, the hope I witnessed in heavenly Africa did not arise from grandiose conditions or special circumstances. Rather, it was taking root in the purity and faith of members who cherished even the smallest word for example. The call to give their children Korean's name, and in the love of a true mother, who, with a broad and providential vision, has raised up leaders for the future. We often look for miracles in distant place. Yet, just as heaven's diamonds are hidden along the road of Africa, there are already undiscovered jewels shining within your own families and churches. During this coming week, how about we become craftsmen of hope, polishing these precious stones wherever our lives take us? To the parents of blessed families, please warmly encourage each of your children and each pure water member in your church, looking upon them as great trees who will one day save the world. And to our younger generation, I ask that you extend your hand first to friends and youngest brothers and sisters. The brief conversations you share will become the seed of life that breaks through barren ground. When we see and treat one another as precious as diamonds, the place where we are standing becomes a continent of hope. I'm confident that your small acts of goodness will combine and grow into the great forest of Cheonilguk that will save the world. I pray that Heavenly Parents' blessings will overflow upon you, your families, and your communities throughout this week ahead. Thank you, and God bless you.